soccer seniors, please make your way to the back of the auditorium. Boys soccer seniors.
That the world has kinda lost its way. Crazy as it seems, yeah, I know it's gonna be okay. Oh yeah, it doesn't scare me, it's temporary. There's something better, we got forever. And it won't be long, cause we know our hope is on the way. The way, so keep your head up. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. No, don't you give up. Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back.
Okay, our first boys soccer senior is Titus Albarn.
To my parents, thank you for your undying support over the last 17 years of my life and my soccer endeavors. Thank you for all the driving, planning, coaching, and cheering that has pushed me and shaped me into the person and player that I am today. To my coaches, thank you for 4 great years of high school soccer. Through the ups and downs, the greatest wins and crushing losses, you have pushed me to be better. Your honest critiquing and insightful comments have sharpened me both in my life, spiritually, and on the field technically. For that, I am ever grateful. Finally, to the team. The culture that has been built over the past 4 years is unparalleled by any team I have ever been a part of. You all truly care for me and for each other, both in soccer and in personal life. You are a second family to me. Thank you for making practices an absolute blast and for the amazing games we played together.
Let's hear it for Titus Albarn. Our next senior is Max Cardone.
I just want to thank both Coach Atkins and Coach Levis for getting me to the level of play I am at now. Thank you for just instilling in me the fundamentals I needed to succeed well in all aspects of life, not just the soccer field. They've equipped me to be not only a man of God on the field, but also off the field. They've encouraged me and show me what it means to be a Christian athlete and a Christian leader. I want to thank my parents for always taking me to late night club practices or coming all the way out to Faith to come watch my final district game and always being there, my number one fans, and supporting me in my journey as a soccer player. And through that, encouraging me and helping me decide that college soccer is also the next step. Thank you for them in my life and then just pouring into me to as well be a man of God off the field and on the field. I also just want to thank my fellow senior teammates. It's been a ride. I mean, oh my goodness. I remember freshman year like it was yesterday, playing on the old baseball field and being new and not understanding what the heck I'm getting myself into. But fighting along these brothers for 4 years has been an honor to do it with you guys, and I don't want to do it with anyone else.
Let's hear it for Max Cardone. Our next senior is Ben Petrolis.
I first want to thank Jesus Christ for giving up his life so that I could have a relationship with him. I want to thank him for blessing me with the ability to play soccer and to play soccer on an awesome team with coaches and teammates who love and support me. I want to thank my parents for always supporting me and motivating me to do my best. Mom, thanks for practicing in the backyard with me, taking pictures and making awesome videos, and for driving to and from practices and games for so many years. I want to thank my teammates because you are more than just teammates, you're family. I'm so thankful to be part of a team that is passionate about soccer and following God. I've loved spending time with all of you guys over the years. And I want to thank the coaches for encouraging me, instructing me, and pushing me to become the best soccer player I can be. I'm so thankful for my time on the soccer team, and thank you to everyone who's made DC Soccer such a blessing for me.
Let's hear it for Ben Petrolis. And our final boys soccer senior is Trevor Tuttle.
I've been blessed to have a great experience at DC, both in my academics with my teachers and advisors, as well as in sports with my coaches. I'd like to thank my parents for always encouraging me on and off the field. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to come to such a great school. I'd like to praise God for keeping me healthy and allowing me to play soccer, as well as perform to the best of my ability in school. Coaches and teachers, thank you for advising me in more ways than just school life. You all are so encouraging and helpful, and you are the reason that DC is such an amazing place. I'm thankful for my fellow seniors and the overall DC community for helping me grow in my faith, for all the memories we've made, and for all the friendships I have with all of you. I wouldn't be who I am today without everyone having such an impact on my life. Thank you all.
Let's hear it for Trevor Tuttle. Now I'd like to ask Coach Rob Atkins to please come to the front and take it away, Coach.
So we're missing a few seniors, but I'll mention them as well this morning. Seniors, it's gone by quickly, and few words that I'm going to share right now. Some highlights of just this season, although we could reflect on the last 4 years. But this season we had the second best record in the BAL. We were the only team to beat the 2020 state championship team, Faith Christian. We had the second best league record to them. We scored 53 goals against league teams and only gave up 8 goals to league teams. That's a pretty amazing goal differential. We ended the season 12-7-1. In week 4 of the season, this is the first time ever in my coaching career that we've had this, guys. And seniors, you were a huge part of it. In week 4, we were ranked by the Pennsylvania Soccer Coaches Association as one of the top 10 single A teams in the state of Pennsylvania. Amongst league teams, we had the most difficult schedule, and that was actually recognized by other league coaches at the end of the season with all-conference awards, of which several of these guys received some all-conference awards, which are really significant. So what I did this year, I took a part of the playbook of Dr. McFarland here, and I chose a verse for each of you guys. And I think this verse characterizes you, and I chose a word to go with that verse. So for each of you guys, I have a verse and a word. So for Titus Alborn, power is the word that I chose. 2 Timothy 1:7, for the Spirit of God gave us not a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline. And if you've watched Titus play, he plays with absolute power. You need to look at, what's the YouTube video, Soccer Mom? I don't know what Sally's YouTube video is. Look it up and watch some of Titus's goals. Unbelievable goals that he scored from the back as a center back. Titus was a first-team all-conference player for us this year, which is pretty awesome, and just lives his life in an absolute outstanding way. So power, Titus, is the word that I chose for you. Max Cardone. Max, I chose the word endurance. And Matthew 21:14 says, the one who endures to the end will be saved. And in soccer games, if you watch Max play, he plays a wingback position, and I think teams would wait for you to wear out, and you just wouldn't wear out. You would keep going and keep enduring, and that was a huge part of our success this year. And Max was also an all-conference player. But one other note that I'll make here for Max, this is only the second time that I know of in our school's history. It's the second time as a coach that I've had this honor to have a player awarded as Player of the Year in the BAL and an all-state player. So that's pretty awesome. I think we maybe should acknowledge that right now. So just a huge, huge accomplishment, Max and Titus, for those all-conference honors. Owen Cook, who is not here. Owen was a backup keeper for us for 4 years, and I chose the word joy, and that's something that Owen would bring up a lot. When we would run, when we would do different push-ups or sit-ups, pull-ups, whatever it was, Owen would constantly say, choose joy. And in James 1, verses 2 and 3, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And I think Owen characterized that for us this year. Joseph Cooper, who's not here, did a great job for us as a senior. Joseph's word is perseverance. And James 1:4 says, let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Joseph did an absolutely outstanding job for us this year as a senior and really grew into a player that contributed in great ways. Trevor Tuttle, I chose the word encourager for Trevor. And 1 Thessalonians 5:11 is the verse that I chose for Trevor. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. And Trevor actually, the district game that we lost that evening, sent me an email, very encouraging email, that meant a lot to me. So I thank you for that, Trevor. Ben Petroulis, courage. Courage. And for Ben, I chose a verse from Psalms. The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? And if you've ever watched Ben run around on the soccer field, he runs around with some courage and runs through a lot of people, which is fun to see. And then also absent today, Micah Dill. And Micah is actually watching his cousin play in the national tournament for Gordon right now. Cole Levis, who was a player for us last year, is a freshman at Gordon. And so Micah is attending that game today, a really important game. And he was awarded second team all-conference. And I chose the word servant for Micah, and I think you guys would agree with this. Micah was a servant, and part of his service was playing goalkeeper, which is not it's not an easy position. Many times it's a thankless position. It's that last line of defense. But he served us well there. But more importantly, he served the team in his actions on and off the field. Matthew 20:26. Jesus called them together and said, you know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. And I think Micah's greatness lies in his servanthood. So each of these guys stepped up in fantastic ways to make this a memorable season. They were a joy to coach, and it was a joy to watch them mature and grow as young men. So thank you guys for an absolutely great season and a great 4 years that you've been with us.
Okay, we have our first senior testimony. That will be Mr. Max Cardone. I guess, Max, I was going to tell you to go over up front. You're good. You're fine. Let's give a warm welcome for Max Cardone as he comes up to the front.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's been an honor to be an athlete here at DC. I've been playing soccer for 4 years, and some of my best memories of high school were definitely from the soccer season. I've loved every minute of it. I've loved every season, and it brings me sadness that it's come to an end, but also great joy from all the lessons that I've learned. My life as a Christian athlete really has developed these last 4 years. Coming in freshman year, I was really not focused on playing as a Christian. It was really more of playing for myself and trying to find success through my own strength. And it was really evident in the way I played. Freshman and sophomore year, I had a real arguing problem with refs. The boys can remember. At least a dozen yellow cards, all because of yelling at refs for bad calls or whatever it may be. And I really took a new perspective going into junior year. Coach Levis and Coach Atkins really iterated the fact that every game, every practice, every drill, every interaction with a teammate or with the opposing team is meant to be a worship service to the Lord. God's given us and given me this gift of ability to play soccer, and I should use it to glorify the Lord through that and worship Him through my good play. Coming in junior year, I was so excited, and Coach Levis pulls me aside, and he's like, what do you think about playing left back? And I was not having it. Throughout my entire year, or not my entire life of being an athlete, being a soccer player, I've played center mid, I've played offense. Never thought defense was the position for me. And just having that new perspective of like, hey, God is in control. The coaches know what's best for me. I took that perspective. I bought into the fact that maybe left back is the best position for me, and it turned out to be one of my best seasons I've had up until that point. Continuing on into senior year, again, I had the honor of being Player of the Year through being a left back, and just understanding and the fact that understanding the fact that the Lord really blessed me, and when I acknowledged that He was the one that gave me these abilities and gave me this talent, that He will bless me through that. And it really shaped my entire life as a Christian athlete these last 2 years, and it's been an honor to play for DC, and it's going to be an honor to play at Gordon College these next 4 years. Thank you. Thanks to the Lord and to my coaches coaching me and developing me. So I just want to thank the Lord for everything He's done in my life to get me to where I am today. Thank you.
We'd like to ask our cross-country athletes to the back of the